right. As you can tell, it's Harry on the highway doing the music. Tonight on Studio 6B, Real America's Voice, Dish Network Channel 219, Pluto TV, Channel 240, Samsung TV Plus 1175. Also find the show on Roku TV, Apple TV, Amazon Fire, Select TV 106. And, of course, follow us on all of the socials. Rumble, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, X, Kick, Getter. And now we're doing an Instagram. We're doing an Instagram live feed now, right? Right, friend? All right, very good. So you can find the show there. It's LFS6B Show on Instagram. And again, welcome to the program on a Wednesday night. Damon has taken the evening off. He's left you in the hands of us.
Uh-oh.
And we know when that happens. He usually gets emails the next day telling him all about the antics that we did that may have veered off the show just a little bit. So let's live up to that billing. Let's see what we can do tonight and go around the room, kick things off. Paul Nolan is here. Paul, how are you?
I am well, my friend, in the nick of time with the wrong music starting.
Yes. With
no head pack and none of us knowing Damon was taking off until the last minute. Fantastic opening. Well done.
Well, thank you. And how was your day?
It was good.
Yeah?
Very productive. Got 2 big projects going. I got 1 more starting. And everything just kind of working in God's will. Everything's just working out nice for me, and I'm just thankful. And I'm ready to have a little fun tonight to talk about the antics of U.S. and geopolitics, including all the drag stars that are husbands and wives and in global politics.
And believe me, there will be some antics that we'll be covering. Some of those antics went on at the White House today. We'll talk about that with Tulsi Gabbard taking the mic and laying out the case, so to speak, against the Obama administration. But we'll do that in just a little bit. Slick Rick will be here in just a few moments. He'll be covering sports. But Kevin Downey Jr., you may know him from his comedy stylings. His writing on PJ Media, of course, and then he's got a radio show. You have a radio show, don't you?
You know, I hate to brag. Thank you for bringing it up. Didn't want to mention that myself. Yes, you can listen to it no matter where you are in the world. If you have Wi-Fi, you can listen to my nonsense, my codswallop at LI, stands for Long Island, linewsradio.com, every Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, a.k.a. EST. How was your day, Rick?
My day was okay. You know what? Aside from the fact that I had a late nap, I still got my nap in, so I'm good. I'm charged. I'm ready to go. And then, of course, waking up and checking out what's going on, getting ready for the show, seeing all that stuff, harping about. Anything in particular caught your attention today, Kevin, that that you want to prep people for?
You know, every day, I've said it 100 times, every day I wake up, with Trump back in the White House, it's like Christmas. And today was Christmas and New Year's Eve and Halloween and Easter all rolled up into one. As soon as we got one breaking news story, I thought, man, that's just amazing.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than that. What? Hillary's crazy and the Russians know? Let me read about that. That's the one I love the most, and I'm sure it's on the to-do list. I know it's on mine.
Yeah, you know what? Since you bring it up, why don't we just go to it? Let's face it. The big story today had to be Tulsi Gabbard taking the lectern at the White House press briefing room to go over everything that basically we talked about she dropped things on Friday. She dropped paperwork on Friday. Yesterday, they were officially accepted by the DOJ. They were officially submitted and accepted by the DOJ, the criminal referrals that she made. And then today, she went on to discuss those things. Yesterday, we talked a lot about what President Trump was saying. Basically, Kevin, I don't know how you saw it, but it was a popcorn moment where President Trump just went all in, right? He was just like he was using the word treason. He was using the word sedition. He was naming names. He was calling out Obama. He was calling out Brennan. He was calling out Comey. He was calling out everybody.
Yep. And you know what, folks? As someone who may or may not have been there, I can tell you right now, January 6th, a bunch of middle-aged people I'm 59, so I'm well beyond middle age. I'll be dead in a couple hours. But to assume that I tried to take over the nation with a Trump flag and my arrhythmia is just insanely stupid. Insanely stupid. Hold on. I got this. Hold on.
Well,
my gout and halitosis took down 6 armed guards.
Yeah, exactly. So let's jump right into it because, man, it was another. You cannot take a day off. Not with this administration. There's always something coming out. So let's get to it. Here is Tulsi Gabbard taking the start to the press conference today, basically saying there's irrefutable evidence against former President Barack Obama. Cut number 1. Let's get it rolling. Cut 1. Check it out.
At President Trump's direction and with the support and coordination with the House Intelligence Committee Chairman Rick Crawford, today we've released a declassified Oversight Majority Staff report that was produced in September of 2020. The stunning revelations that we are releasing today should be of concern to every American. This is not about Democrats or Republicans. This has to do with the integrity of our democratic republic and American voters having faith that the votes cast will count. There is irrefutable evidence that detail how President Obama and his national security team directed the creation of an intelligence community assessment that they knew was false. They knew it would promote this contrived narrative that Russia interfered in the 2016 election to help President Trump win, selling it to the American people as though it were true. It wasn't. The report that we released today shows in great detail how they carried this out. They manufactured findings from shoddy sources. They suppressed evidence and credible intelligence that disproved their false claims. They disobeyed traditional tradecraft intelligence community standards and withheld the truth from the American people. In doing so, they conspired to subvert the will of the American people who elected Donald Trump in that election in November of 2016. They worked with their partners in the media to promote this lie, ultimately to undermine the legitimacy of President Trump and launching what would be a years-long coup against him and his administration.
Think about the words she used in that little 1.5 minutes. She mentioned Obama by name.
Yep.
She says coup. She basically she sounded like a female version of President Trump yesterday because he was saying the same exact things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, we watched this when it happened. We said right away, oh, here we go, more disinformation.
Yeah.
We talked about the wrap-up smear. We made it very clear we knew it was going to happen. They'd put out a fake story. They'd create fake evidence, and then they would just sell it to the media, and then the media would mockingbird the daylights out of us. You know, it's like that old, there was that old CIA experiment where they put 18 people in a room, 17 were CIA agents. One was a regular civilian. That civilian was on his own, so to speak, and they always showed a picture of a triangle. Mm-hmm. And for hours on end, everyone's like, no, it's a square. It's a square. It's a square. It's a square. And then until finally that one person said, oh, it's a square, because they didn't want to be the crazy person in the room. And here we are watching this endless mind screw job that they constantly give us. And people, still believe the mainstream media. It's stunning to me.
Yeah. And what's amazing is that, of course, the mainstream media, CNN in particular, trying to do their best to spin their way out of this, trying to make sure that, nothing to see here, move along. Here is cut number 2. Watch this, because later on, she starts to detail. She goes through point by point of what they found and starts explaining it. And when she's doing that, this is what happens at CNN. Here's cut number 2. Check this out.
Multiple intelligence community assessments released in the months leading up to the November 2016 election concluded that Russia had neither the intent nor capability to impact the outcome of the U.S. election. On December 5th...
We've been listening there to the Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, continuing on what has now been a multi-day effort, not only with public statements like this, but release of documents, to attempt to back up the quite extreme allegation that President Obama is guilty of treason and that he worked in some sort of conspiracy with Hillary Clinton, etc., in the assessment by the intelligence community at the time that Russia interfered in the 2016 election.
Yeah, they are trying, like you wouldn't believe, to try and spin their way out of it, because guess what? That's their guy. That's their guy.
There's a lot of key buzzwords there, KDJ.
Yep. Holy moly, conspiracy.
Yeah.
We love that one.
Extreme efforts to convince people that, it's It doesn't stop.
No, it doesn't stop.
And they're going to keep spinning this as if it's not a true story, which we know it is.
Right. And they weren't done there. And what's amazing is that every time they say this, they don't say anything about, well, it's not that Obama didn't do it. They just try and it's just some crazy conspiracy.
Well, we heard Mueller say it too.
Right.
We've heard Mueller say we were given the order from Obama to get this intelligence and acted like it was a credible form of evidence when it was fully manufactured, which they basically dug their own grave here. There's so much evidence of them propagandizing this entire hoax.
Right.
So
yeah, here's more of CNN trying to get out of this and try and spin this away. So, more of nothing to see here. Don't mind the building that's on fire. Cut number 8. Check this out. It's cut number 8. More CNN.
We have no idea. I mean, this is hardly information that we should even be repeating. Never mind that it's, some years after the fact, 8 years more than that after the fact, but also just to look at the source. But look, this is the what this White House wants to talk about, and I'm not sure that we should spend that much more time on it, frankly.
Yeah. I mean, listen, that
Of course. Oh, by the way, get your 14th shot. It'll help. We're CNN.
Yeah. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to spend time talking about it. They don't refute that maybe what he did here could be bad. Mm-hmm. It's just that the fact that, well, we don't even look at the source. The source is Obama's own intelligence people who wrote it up and said, hey, dude, this is what we found. It's not what you were hoping for.
Yep. Jessica Tarlow was on The View today, and Gutfeld ripped her a brand new non-binary bahookie because she said, we all know that there was Russia collusion. No, there wasn't.
Right.
You pretended there was. Remember, they take something and they establish it as fact. So, folks, we're talking about the insurrection today at the Capitol. Now, there was no insurrection, and this is another version of it.
Yep.
It's a lie. Keep pushing the lie, and hopefully one of your 17 viewers will believe it, as if that's going to make a difference. Remember, CNN is hemorrhaging viewers. So is MSNBC. HGTV, Home and Garden Television, gets more viewers than anyone on CNN. They know they're going down the tubes. They can't help themselves because communists don't have a plan B. We're going to win this, folks.
they just can't admit they were fooled.
Right.
They got fooled.
Yeah. Not only that.
Just take the L and move on.
But then they use the wording. You know, it's all about the wording. You got to pay attention to what the well, you know, we all know. No, we don't know. And yes, they would have liked to have sown some discourse in the election, but they didn't actually. They weren't able to actually do it. See, that's where Jessica Tarlow goes off. She assumes that it's all lumped into one thing, but meanwhile, it's not. So that gets explained more as well from Tulsi today. We're off. We'll be back talking more about this. Slick Rick is going to be joining the show in just a little bit. Paul Nolan is here. Kevin Downey Jr. is here. You're there. Stay there. We'll jump in the chats and say hi. Live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice, on a Wednesday night. Stay there.
YouTube. I don't know if the YouTube feed went down. But,
the Rumble feed is live. Hello, Rumblers. Howdy do.
Rumblers.
And I got a YouTube chat. I like everybody there except for one guy. That guy should just.
I'll sign off then, so you can like everyone. Twixes.
It's one crybaby, man. You might as well go watch Ben Shapiro reruns and F off. So let's get through this here.
You know what? That just tells us that there's no way out. They're going to go down on the Titanic saying, this ship is unsinkable, you idiots.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. They've refused to admit they were wrong. Mm-hmm. This cannot remotely accept the fact that they were duped. They're too intelligent to be duped.
Yeah, they're smarter than we are.
No one would ever lie to me because I'm so special. These people are just so full of themselves. It's like, you made a mistake. It's okay. If new information came in, change your opinion. You don't have to be married to it.
You know what? I know a woman who's well over 60, big big libdolt, and she actually posted, the reason you're struggling financially, because the billionaires are hoarding money. And I've always said, a rich man's bank account does not affect my bank account. No one's hoarding money. No one. And another guy said that. Well, they just hoard the money. They don't want you to get any. They're not thinking about you. Get a better job.
Yeah.
Work harder. Work
Hoarding
smarter.
the money. They keep printing more. Well, how they hoard?
There's an ocean of money out there. Go claim yours.
Yep. So we got Broke Spoke. We got Woodrow, Peggy P. We got Sue, Sabelbureau. I'm sorry if I said it wrong. We got Tala. We have Tim Holzer. We have Kathy.
Howdy, YouTubers. Howdy to the Twix people as well.
Rock Lick Ranch. Chris D.
Hey,
Debbie
Fran.
Diffenbach says hi.
Do we still have cut 1 from yesterday?
Cats B and Mr. AZ. Bill Moore says, I don't got to worry about the trunk tonight.
Yeah. The media clip? Yeah. All right, cool. I want to play that next, too.
What's up, Lorraine D?
Huh?
Only 90 billionaires. Yeah.
And we're down on,
these
it
guys
looks
are
like
talking
YouTube,
about.
there's no picture either. YouTube, is our picture gone?
So
Ticked off.
Cut 1? Cut 1A? Fran? Oh, okay, cool.
Into Mama.
It's only, what, 25
Pamela,
seconds?
what's happening? Kathy Kirkley.
All right, live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice on a Wednesday night. Welcome back to the program. If you're just joining us, Damon is off tonight, but Kevin Downey Jr. is here sitting in, joining us in the fun. Paul Nolan, of course, here every Wednesday as well. A couple quick headlines. The House committee votes to subpoena the DOJ to release the Epstein files, so there's more movement on that. 8-2 Republicans are voting to get it released as well. It also says here Ghislaine Maxwell is going to testify August the 11th. So we'll have some stuff. And I know Paul mentioned the Brigitte Macron story earlier. We'll get to that as well.
We're going to have the audience weigh in on that too.
Yeah.
Chick or never mind. Damon's not here, but I'm going to cover myself.
Chick or not a chick?
Chick or dingle.
Right.
Chick or dingle.
But let's continue on. We were talking about Tulsi Gabbard, of course, at the White House today. Then starting to detail all the stuff that she basically referred to the DOJ. She makes it a point to say that it's a criminal referral. And when asked by a reporter, "Do you mean President Obama?" she said yes.
Yeah.
So, as we all know, the Democrats already set the precedent, right?
Without a doubt.
Because I distinctly remember President Trump's home being raided, him being placed under arrest in Georgia, mugshots, the whole thing.
But how many charges did he face? It was like something like 90 total nonsensical.
34 felonies just over
Stormy
Daniels.
the hush money,
Right.
Which was it was one thing, and they gave him 34 charges on that.
I think that's the New York case.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was one
'cause there's
misdemeanor.
so many, I can't.
It was one misdemeanor. They magically turned into 34 felonies.
Right. Exactly.
But and as you were talking about earlier as well, Paul, the whole Mockingbird thing. Here's cut 1A. I had this from yesterday. Didn't get a chance to play it, but this confirms that the media, they were all in on this as well. Check this out. This is cut 1A.
The director of national intelligence, the head of the National Security Agency, the head of the FBI, all of these intelligence experts saying Russia hacked the election.
The FBI, the CIA, the NSA, the former director of national intelligence, James Clapper, I mean, they've all said this. So to believe that that's wrong, you have to believe they're all involved in an elaborate conspiracy to get Donald Trump, which seems a little far-fetched.
A little far-fetched, but now we have the documents to prove it's not far-fetched. It's actually what happened.
Mm-hmm. But how can they be so deluded? I just wonder, are they just acting because it's good for business, or are they just such sycophantic, just complete ideologues who cannot remotely look at anything objectively? Are they just great liars, or are they just stupid, or are they disingenuous?
So I think you've got two levels of commie pinko work in the system here. You got your upper commies, And most of them know that they're communists, and they know that they're stealing money. They don't really believe in communism or Marxism. They just know it's a great way to get rich and be in power. Now, you've got your street-level commies. Those are your blue-haired troglodytes wiping their bahookies on Teslas a couple months ago. Now they're probably off to doing something else. So that's not cool anymore. They haven't been told what to wipe their butts on, so they're not sure. They're standing by, and they will believe anything they're told. And I think this comes down to a pathetic, desperate need for a weak person to feel virtuous. Hey, they're the idiots. We're the good guys. And as long as I keep doing what you tell me to do, I can stay in the cult. And I say it's a cult because I wrote a piece at PJ a couple of years ago called The Cult of Liberalism from Someone Who Escaped. And it is a cult. They want you in. They love bomb you. Oh, you're the best. Come on in. Oh, yeah, you're one of us. You're cool now. But if you disagree, you wander off the ranch, you're bad. You're one of them. You're tossed out. We're not going to take you back. And we're gonna make sure everyone knows you're a Trumper. You're a maggot. You're a maggot.
Yeah.
Chicken dingo.
And even if it's not that you support the other side, it's just you question one of their edicts, right? Mm-hmm. It's one of those things. Well, yeah, I don't really think we should be, having sex with kids.
Yeah.
Then it's, oh my goodness, you can't say that. These are people that need love too. You know, they're minor attracted persons, Kevin.
Yeah. I had a trans person contact me after something I wrote on PJ Media. I said a lot of these trans mobobs are just victim-hungry, attention-starved wackos. And this person contacted me and said, yeah, look, I was born a man. I'm doing what it takes to become a woman. And he said, it's even worse than you think. He goes, I have tried to kill myself, and I've been kicked out of 3 support groups because I dare to say, leave the kids alone. So it's not enough to dye your hair or cut off your dingle. You have to agree with everything or you are out.
Right.
Yeah, that they have to line up completely with the 45 tenets of communism, Marxism, socialism, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
You know, they do all align. And that's the thing. That's why the Republican Party completely took over the working class division of the old JFK Democrats. You know, they have had, civil liberty gone, gun rights, Second Amendment gone, all constitutional rights gone, working class, middle class squashed. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what they want. They want UBI. They want government to have complete control. They want to be nestled from cradle to grave. Baby, they want their bathwater poured by the government, and they can't imagine having to be responsible for themselves.
Right, and it all comes down to common sense. It's just they basically have abandoned any thoughts about common sense. 100%. Common sense is just not acceptable. You need to ascribe to the lunacy of the left, or you're out.
Yeah, it's all about their feels.
Right.
And if you don't align with their feels, then you're a bad person, you're heartless, and you don't get it. But there's so much going on here. There's so much happening on so many different levels from a political standpoint. And then you have an argument about somebody's feelings. It's like there's just a waste of time.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Just clutch your pearls and scream at the sky some more. Nobody cares.
Spot on, bro.
And, one of those people that you're talking about not only was RFK Jr. ostracized from the Democrat Party, right? Because he dared to go against what they wanted. But so now he's in the administration.
If I can interject that, and that's the difference between you guys. That's the difference between MAGA. MAGA can fight tooth and nail against each other. They can welcome people in. Even if it's not 100% aligned, if you're slightly aligned with common sense and you are, let's just say, a center or left-leaning MAGA guy because you're sick of the poor food, the disgusting water, the chemtrails, the lies, the endless deep state media, the endless deep state politics, these entrenched lifelong politicians, and you were on the left and now you're in the center but don't agree completely with Trump, you're still welcome.
Right.
Deviate slightly from what Kevin's point was, and you're ostracized.
Yeah, you're RFK Jr., you're Tulsi Gabbard.
Yep.
Right?
Exactly right.
And Tulsi Gabbard, well, she had something to say about the woman who came after her. Remember, she was labeled a Russian asset.
Of course.
By one heavily medicated Hillary Clinton. Here is, let's just jump to that one because that one was, you could tell she took a little glee in uncovering this. Oh, yeah. This is cut number 4. Here's Tulsi outlining Hillary Clinton basically being a medicated mess, which, of course.
There were high-level DNC emails that detailed evidence of Hillary's, quote, psycho-emotional problems, uncontrolled fits of anger, aggression, and cheerfulness, and that then Secretary Clinton was allegedly on a daily regimen of heavy tranquilizers.
Cheerfulness.
And she pauses for the moment.
Yeah.
Heavy tranquilizers. And then she paused.
I can't believe she kept a straight face through all that. Like she wasn't like, ah!
Yeah. And this was someone who was seen as as one of the future darlings of the Democrat Party.
They drove her out with their lunacy, and she looks as stately and as formidable a politician as there is. Do we agree on that?
Yeah,
definitely.
I thought she had a real crack at Trump if she got the nod, but they had to chase her out. She wasn't one of them.
Yeah, she wasn't crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
I predict we're going to hear the word racist a lot because if you're going after the first black president, you're a big old racist. That's all the reason he's doing it. Trump's racist. And I think I've already seen one bozo do this on Facebook. There's a ton of evidence suggesting that Tulsi Gabbard is a Russian asset. That's all they have.
Right.
That's all they have. Keep in mind, where did the Russian thing come from? From Hillary. Hillary was in cahoots with who? Selling uranium?
Uranium.
Russia.
Yes.
Oh, what do you know?
Yeah, exactly. It came from Hillary, and Hillary's the one that also did the Russian hit job not only on President Trump, but on Tulsi Gabbard as well. Turns out she is heavily medicated and on tranquilizers, and she may not even remember doing it. I don't know. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll cover some more stuff. And we'll tie up, put a bow on this Tulsi Gabbard Obama reveal today at the White House. Live from Studio 6B. Stay there.
I'm going to run to the cane.
Paul, Patriot Sherry wants to know if you got the shirt she sent you.
What did it?
Not yet.
Can you ask her what it looked like? Because
It's
It's here.
white
It's here.
long sleeve. It says 0 F's given. He's going to put it on at 9 o'clock. He hasn't gotten it yet, but it's here somewhere, Patriot
I'll
Sherry.
go find it.
All right. I will talk to everybody in the chats.
You do that.
I'm on Facebook now. Hello, Linda. Hello, Barbara Knight. Hello, Rick. Hello, Jim McKnight. Patriots everywhere. Patriots abound. Patriots abound. Mark says, KDJ, how does the media get out of the hole they have dug for themselves? You know what I think? They don't get out. I think they ride this Titanic, ride this Andrea Doria all the way to the bottom. They'll never give up. They don't know what to do. They're run by the CIA, and the CIA is never going to give up because once they do, once the CIA says, come in, you got us. We're the deep state. We're causing coups all over the world, and we run all the media. It's over. It's over. They're just going to keep riding this. They're going to get more and more violent. And check this out. Just a little hunchy-wunchy. I believe there are so many deep state operatives that the deep state knew Trump was coming for them before we did. And the reason I say that is look at Comey. Comey out of nowhere, he's on vacation, and he has to put a bunch of seashells together that says 8647. Well, I think he's telling one of his MK Ultra nut jobs to go kill Trump. Why? Why would he be quiet for so long and suddenly show up and say that? Because he saw it coming. Someone alerted him. Someone said, hey, Comey. Comey.
Oh, yeah. He totally has friends still in the FBI. They probably tipped him off like, look, they're finding stuff.
100%.
I'm out of the loop, but I know what they're pulling up, and it doesn't look good. You better get a lawyer, which he did.
He did.
He's gotten a lawyer now.
Brendan did, too.
I know, they're all lawyering up.
And did you see the Obama office response?
Yeah.
Oh, look, if you're not worried, you just say, this is dumb. I'm not even going to talk about it.
Right.
But they didn't. They said, this is dumb. We usually don't talk about it, but we got something to say this time. Because we're guilty.
And it was a weak response.
Hey,
Very
Suzanne,
weak.
what's happening?
Did you find
Hey,
your shirt?
Shaq, could
I
you
didn't
guys
find
pound
it.
the like for spite?
Damon had it yesterday. I don't know what he did with it.
Got to pound the like for spite. We set a record last time when Damon wasn't here, so that's...
What is
Patriot
that?
Lori says, this is why Comey begged people not to vote for Trump. He saw it coming.
Yes.
Kevin Downey, wife has... All
right, live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice on a Wednesday night. Kevin Downey Jr. is here. Paul Nolan is here. You're there. We're live in the chats as well. Make sure you stop and say hello. Paul, what do you want him to do on the socials? Like and share, right?
Yeah, let's
Pounding the like buttons.
Let's see if we can, break 525. That was the record.
On which one?
Oh, I'm sorry. On YouTube.
On the YouTube. On the YouTubes.
We're
already up to 261. So we're about halfway there. So let's keep it going. Pound those likes, and of course, like and share the show. Let's wrap up some of this Tulsi stuff. I got a couple more clips for you guys. See what you think. Also, Whoopi Goldberg kicks in as well, and you can imagine why, because Obama's under attack. Here is Tulsi Gabbard, cut number 3. Here she is, again, specifically talking about the suppressed evidence of the Russia hoax and naming Obama himself. Cut number 3, check it out.
In the January 2017 intelligence community assessment that President Obama ordered, John Brennan, who was CIA director at the time, and the intelligence community intentionally suppressed intelligence that showed Putin was saving the most damaging material that he had in his possession about Hillary Clinton until after her potential and likely victory. The report goes into great detail about the information that Russia and Putin had on Hillary Clinton, which included possible criminal acts like secret meetings with multiple named U.S. religious organizations in which State Department officials offered, in exchange for supporting Secretary Clinton's campaign for the presidency, significant increases in financing from the State Department.
Yeah. So Hillary was trying to bribe churches across the country that if you support us, we'll send you guys more money. Which isn't bad, right?
I mean, like I said, that makes her an ankle.
Yeah,
3 feet lower than a butthole.
Here is cut number 5. Here is again Tulsi talking about the Obama order and what Brennan did when he was ordered to do so. Cut number 5. Check it out.
On December 9th, 2016, a National Security Council meeting was called to gather President Obama's senior national security officials, which included CIA Director Brennan, then Obama DNI James Clapper, Susan Rice, and others. Following that secret meeting, DNI Clapper's assistant sent an email to the intelligence community with the subject line, POTUS tasking on Russia election meddling.
Hey,
tasking
Fran,
ODNI leaders to create a new assessment.
What I find most interesting, and I think I said this yesterday, is that they wrote this stuff down.
I know.
What? I mean,
talk about hubris.
Presidents are supposed to have plausible deniability, right? Yeah. It's like, it was happening just outside of my purview. I oversee everybody, but they don't tell me every single thing they do. So, and it's done that way on purpose. So they have plausible deniability.
Without a doubt.
Right?
Like you said, parse words perfectly to have a chance to get out of it if they are in a sticky position. But that's the arrogance of this.
With this, yes, his name is, it's like, President directed, POTUS directed. Obama wants this, basically, is what they're saying. It's the craziest thing, but I guess they were under the assumption it'll never get out. She's gonna win. It'll be fine.
Exactly,
we can hide it. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Let's continue on, Fran.
Tasking ODNI leaders to create a new assessment per the president's request. The House Intelligence Committee Oversight Report that we released today reveals that, quote, unlike routine intelligence community analysis, the intelligence community assessment was a high-profile product ordered by the president, President Obama. It directed senior intelligence community agency heads and created an intelligence community assessment limited to just 5 analysts using one principal drafter. This is not something that occurs in the normal path of producing an intelligence community assessment that reflects the views across the intelligence community. The production of this intelligence community assessment was subject to unusual directives directly from the president and senior political appointees, especially the former director of the CIA, John Brennan.
John Brennan. She loves mentioning his name too.
Man, this is great.
I think of all the people, he could be the one most directly in the crosshairs. What do you think?
That's what happens when you vote communist in college.
That's funny. So I'd like to get the audience's opinion. Do you think there'll be one arrest? Now, obviously, we don't think no one believes Obama's going to get arrested, charged, or anything, right? We think he's going to be above the law.
No, I think, you know what? He set.
I love it.
His people set the precedent. They set it up already. They said it's okay to arrest former presidents. They already did it.
They set the precedent.
Right.
Oh, I love it. But he is got deep state protection. There's so many slime balls below him who benefited and were embedded in all kinds of hustles and scams and money-making deals, plus a lot of other shady stuff. Now with more here, I just hope he's holding on to the Epstein stuff for leverage to really keep people. I really hope he's leveraging people with this Epstein stuff at this point. So
it could be. What do you think?
I think they're going to have to find some sort of lick-spittle toady to take the fall. Someone is like, yeah, okay, I really like Obama. I'll go to jail instead of him. They're going to look for a scapegoat. I think they're all guilty. I think they all know they're guilty. Like Paul said, pure hubris. Come on, we can get away with this. Right. We're the deep state.
Right. So I guess let's just say if we just started out with the audience to be involved, because I really like their opinion. Obama gets charged. Let's leave it at that. One, yes. Two, no.
Yeah, I would say
there'll be an arrest of one of his lower tier minions.
I think there's going to be multiple arrests.
All right.
Because they keep laying out, and they are doing what normally you don't see done. They don't normally point the fingers and repeat these names over and over and over. So to me, that looks like they really have him dead to rights.
V for Vendetta.
Yeah. I feel like they really have him dead to rights, which is why they keep, at least Trump and Tulsi, keep mentioning them by name.
Yeah, well, neither have been shy about mentioning names. So.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, Whoopi Goldberg chimed in on this, coming to former President Obama's defense. Here she is, cut number 11. Check out what she says here and pay attention. It's all in the wording. Cut number 11. Check it out.
A sitting president just accused a former president of treason. Now, do people realize how serious an allegation this is? And for me, didn't the Supreme Court, under the guidance of this president, say that presidents have immunity? So that would mean that nothing Obama did, because you didn't say no, that only you have immunity. You said presidents. So this means you have no right to try to take him to court because he did what he did as president. So how does that work? Is it only you who is clear, or are they all clear? In which case, President Biden might be, kicking some new stuff up to you too. Because if you say nobody has immunity, or everybody, you have to decide which way you're going.
Thank you, Fran. Now, there is so much wrong with what she said there, but Kevin, I want to let you start.
All right. It's not that a president is immune from everything. If they found out that Joe Biden was murdering kids, he could go to jail for that. Official business, maybe you can't be tried for. You don't want that. Oh, yeah, we blew up Iran. Well, this group of people who hate you now wants to punish you for that. That is different. If you're trying to topple the current president and everyone around him, if you're breaking laws left and right, treason is where I think it's a pretty good word for that. I think it's a pretty good word. Yeah. I've been called a lot more for carrying a flag allegedly in the Capitol on January 6th.
Possibly,
allegedly. Chick dingle.
Right. So what about you, Paul? What do you think?
Well, first off, she's unhinged. She parses things in her own way. She frames things with this loaded. She loads things in such a irrational way. Sometimes I just can't get past her look. To be completely honest with you, I look at her. I'm like, who's watching this wacko? To me, I just think anything you hear on these mainstream, they're all in defense of an ideology that became part of their flesh. Right. Their belief system became so ingrained in who they are, they can't even remotely see this story objectively. So it's I don't know. I just find it amusing, and to me, it's like just watching every person on Facebook, an amalgam of every wacko on Facebook who has TDS or STD or whatever. I don't even know what you call it these days. But these people are crazy, and they're going to die on their hill no matter what, no matter how much evidence comes their way.
Yeah, and see, that's the part that really jumps out at me is again, Kevin pointed out, official versus unofficial acts. I'm sorry, but treason would be considered an unofficial act, something that presidents aren't allowed to do no matter what. So that throws out that argument there. It wasn't immunity from every single thing while they're in office. It was immunity from official acts, for the country.
Right.
Whether you like them or not, as he pointed out, you can't, just because the new people are in charge and they didn't like you doing it because, well, it helped our country more than it helped that other country. It doesn't mean anything. That's allowable. The part that really, really jumps out is she doesn't say Obama didn't do it. They all don't say, well, Obama didn't do this. They all just say they direct you towards the other direction. She's only talking about immunity. Why? Why don't you talk about what was actually alleged? Well, because it was I can't address that because it looks like he did it. They have the receipts. They have the paperwork. They have his own people saying he did this.
Yeah, there's a trove of documents and text messages and emails. Not to mention that box in that room of evidence for other crimes that were done. There's been so much criminal behavior in the White House, really, since George W. Bush got in. I mean, it's been an endless. If the deep state went full global new world order takeover from jump. It's been crazy since then. And they passed the baton on to the Democrats to take over their entire agenda, and they said, hey, we're going to let you guys get your beak wet. And that's why we've seen the uniparty emerge. There is no right or left anymore. How many times have we talked about it?
Right. Yeah.
It's one big swamp, and that's what it is, because they've all been lured into the money, the fame, the riches of, and the power of a seat in Senate or Congress or some cushy job at the O&I or somewhere else, in government where they never have to work a real day in their life.
Right.
Did you notice something when the whoopster was talking and she said, well, if presidents can't be charged, well, and the crowd, yay, they can't get them for trying to steal our democracy, yay.
Right. Yeah.
Animals. Bunch of mollycoddles.
Yeah, and they won't address the fact that his own people said he did it.
Was that a mollycoddle?
Mollycoddle.
Okay. You don't know what that is?
No, I don't.
Oh, that's right there. It's in the family of the follow-coddles.
Oh.
Yeah. So you put them all together.
I got to go get my
It's the female. It's the female of the species. So I don't know if you know that. Hey, one more clip before we go to break, and I believe Slick Rick is now in the building. I just wanted to play this one again because, well, it has to do with Hillary. It's cut number 4. Here's Tulsi talking about Hillary being heavily medicated. This is just this just makes me smile. Cut 4.
There were high-level DNC emails that detailed evidence of Hillary's, quote, psycho-emotional problems, uncontrolled fits of anger, aggression, and cheerfulness, and that then Secretary Clinton was allegedly on a daily regimen of heavy tranquilizers.
Pause for effect.
Love it.
Love it is right.
So good.
Remember that video of the balloons falling and Hillary going,
Yeah.
now we know why.
Yeah.
Now we know why.
Over falling into that limousine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. The tranquilizers wore off that day. A little too warm in the pantsuit. Too much polyester, maybe. Slick Rick is here, speaking of polyester.
Let's go.
He's got some sports. We'll be doing that in just a little bit. We'll also get some, we'll veer off into other news with Paul and Kevin. Live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice. Stay there.
That's why I like the cut of your jib.
All right, we are live. Hey, Slick is here. Hey, Slickness.
Good evening, gentlemen.
What's happening? What's happening?
A little way too much partying down on the South Shore, but very important. I was in one of the most powerful GOP rooms on Long Island earlier tonight as well, with the county executive and town council and all the good people.
Drop some names.
Well, Ed Romaine, our county executive. I love Ed.
Okay.
He was a good guy. And we saw Jesse Garcia, who leads the Republican Party for Suffolk County. Does a fantastic job. We've been a friend of the show. He's been on this show before. We got to get him back on again. Doug Smith, another great friend of the show. Well, the event was for Doug. Obviously, the event was for Doug. It was
Doug
great.
Smith is a great guy.
Doug Smith is phenomenal. Jody Giglio. I saw Jody. Give her a nice big kiss. I love her. She's been on the show.
She's
another friend of the show.
Right?
What's that?
Isn't she a tough cookie?
Yeah, she's fire. That woman drove a truck. She's like Annie Oakley. She has packs a gun. She's amazing. I love her. She's out on the East End. She does like the Riverhead area.
In the Rumble chat, Rumble Rant, Censored Germ has a $1 Rumble Ramp. Can we get a shirt of the Mastic Obama Hope poster with prison bars superimposed? Somebody's probably going to do that up. It's not a bad idea though.
By the way, nice job by Fran to come in and frame you up with that suit. They maybe should have zoomed out because you look fantastic, homeboy.
Paul, where do they want my address?
Somebody, Red Wing something, has a bottle of booze, but I think they said that I got to drink it with you.
Okay, we can arrange that.
Well,
what
really
were they on, Rumble or something?
It was on the YouTube chat. So, Rick, how do they get the address? Because Rick, Slick Rick seems to catch them. Right, you catch all the packages?
Yes. So live from Studio 6B, you could put it care of Rick Amirati, Ammirati, and it's 1000 Main Street, Holbrook, New York. 11741 is the zip code.
Or you can send mine here.
No, they don't want to be sending stuff here, Kevin. Now, come on.
No, we don't want to do that because
don't
some crazy guy with a gun comes and.
Right.
So we send it to my office
once.
with a crazy guy in a gun waits in the parking lot for me.
Also, no one's here when the mailman shows up.
Yeah, because nobody cares enough to kill us.
I'll have it send them upstairs. I can Uzi everyone at the radio station.
Oh, that's nice,
I won't be there.
We'll send them to the airport.
Chat's cranking. Thank you. We're at 460 likes over on the YouTube page.
Oh, that's good. Good start.
Thank you so much.
Very good start.
Small Town Barbie, Zinc, Ad, and Ivy in the Rumble Rant. Ordinary Passenger.
I wish I can get over there on the Rumble.
Stupid Monkey one. Live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice on a Wednesday night. Welcome back to the program. Slick Rick is joining us. He'll be doing his first sports report of the night in just a little bit. In the meantime, we're going to be kicking things over to Paul Nolan and Kevin Downey Jr., see what they got going on. If you are looking forward to talking with us, you can do it in the chats all over the webs. Is Facebook up? Did we determine it looks like Facebook is live. So you can go in there as well, Facebook. You can go into the YouTube chat. The Twixers are over there. Commander Mike, Leo Kling, Vivian from Michigan, always in there, I noticed. Sheer Politics is in there. Nancy Burns, as well as Badest is in there. Real Prince Doll. Real Prince Doll, I got to send you something. So I didn't forget. It's on the way.
Oh, you're still sending that package?
I am.
Are you kidding?
I keep forgetting.
This guy lives 15 feet from a post office.
Shut up.
I can't believe it. Am I wrong?
And I still can't
Maybe
get
20
there.
feet.
I'm terrible. I'll get it to you.
Come on.
Don't worry about it. All right. Paul Nolan is here. Paul, what's going on in your world? What has caught your attention?
Well, in the world of corrupt media, Jeff Bezos is weighing possible acquisition of CNBC cable network. The Amazon billionaire Jeff Bezos has been weighing the possibility of the acquisition. The 61-year-old e-commerce magnate has signaled interest in buying the business associates of buying the cable network, the home to, you guys know Squawk Box and Mad Money with the crazy guy Jim Cramer, who's never right. He's a scam. So if he tells you to buy, you sell. If he tells you to sell, you buy. And that's off after it comes off their spinoff from the NBC Universal parent company of Comcast later this year. Forgive me, guys. I jacked up on caffeine here. CNBC would also align the interests well with his personal views, not so much like his left-leaning Washington Post, which I don't believe for a second. I think he's one of those political weather vanes. He will propagandize everything that works for all his investments. So I'm not sure I'm thrilled about another one of these guys just, taking another channel that's going to get a little too much play. So the Amazon founder, he's weathered months of headline-grabbing chaos at the iconic newspaper, which has been more than left-leaning, which has been a CIA mouthpiece. So he says he's going to try to go pro-centrist, pro-capitalist direction. I don't know anyone believes he'll do any of the such. So I figured I'd start with that story. KDJ, you got anything?
Tons of news. First of all, I'd love to read the Obama response, if that's cool. You guys want to hear that?
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Now, keep in mind, this is not Obama. This is his people. He's got people. Obama's got people responding. And here it is. It says, out of respect for the office of the presidency, our office does not normally dignify the constant nonsense and misinformation flowing out of the White House with a response. These bizarre allegations are ridiculous and a weak attempt at distraction. Hold that word. Nothing in the document issued last week undercuts the widely accepted conclusion that Russia worked to influence the 2016 presidential election, but did not successfully manipulate any voters. Stop attempt at distraction for what? He's killing it. Trump is killing it. He is beating the potato salad out of these commies. He's winning every day. And they're going to say, oh, the Epstein thing. Trump's been calling for the Epstein files to be released for over a week now. And he said, I know, let's go to a judge and get some of those transcripts released. And guess what happened today? An Obama-appointed judge said, nope, not going to do it, not going to do it. So the ball is in their court. The left will never realize that because they're idiots. And all they know are the talking points that are fed to them by the DNC or the CIA, whatever. I think they're one and the same at this point. And another thing says, this is something that Jessica Tarloff said, undercuts the widely accepted conclusion, good word, conclusion that Russia worked to influence. It's not widely accepted. I mean, it was. There was a time when they thought leeches were widely accepted. They put a leech on you, and it'll suck the ghost out of your blood or something stupid like that. Now we know it doesn't work, all right? They were going on bogus information the whole time. You can't rig the game and go, look, we all know it happened. No, what we know is you lied. You lied, and your guy did it. And I've been saying it for years. All roads lead to Obama, and they're going to defend him as much as they can. This is a big one, folks. It's all coming out. They're going to know J6 was not an insurrection. It's going to come out that 2020 was stolen from us. And, of course, that whole scammy J6 committee, that's all coming out, too.
Yeah, no doubt, because let's face it, it takes a little time. I mean, what has it taken, about 8 years for this conspiracy to finally be uncovered?
Yeah.
When they thought they'd kind of gotten rid of it and were home free. And, I firmly believe that's what the raid at Mar-a-Lago was about. Was they were looking for these documents. They knew he had them because in 2019 he said, I caught them all. We have everything. I caught the swamp. This is what I believe he was talking about. And then when quote unquote he quote unquote lost, which we know he didn't, he took that stuff with him. I don't know who he gave them to. I don't know who had them. But they definitely weren't in Mar-a-Lago because they couldn't find them. And I think this is what they were looking for because, man, if they knew that if this stuff gets out, they're screwed.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they were looking for a lot more than this. Like I said, there was a lot of, with Clinton crimes, that book, there was so many things that Clinton's got away with through, their time in office. And I think just now, this just came up on Just the News, House Subcommittee Wednesday passed a motion to issue the subpoenas for Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton in their connection to Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. The subcommittee doesn't have the power to issue subpoenas themselves, but the orders are expected to be sent to the House Oversight Chairman, James Comer, in the coming days. So, this could be just a little bit more of a tie, and more dirt is being uncovered. So let's, look, we're watching 30 years or 40 years of corruption of, really since George Bush really started that welcome to a new world order thing. It's going to take a long time to unravel so much of this nonsense. So I'd just like to see an arrest. So
I think that's the big thing. Who's going to be the first one?
See one.
That's the question. Because I guarantee it, there is not going to be some lower level person who's going to be like, I'll go to jail for you, Barack. No. I was just doing what I was told. You guys told me I was good, that this was fine, I should do it, and I did it, and it turns out it was against the law like I thought, and they point the finger because they're not going to. I don't see anybody wanting to go down for anybody else, except, of course,
KDJ, I think you and I, guys, we all agree that if we don't win the midterms, right, and let's just say Hakeem Jeffries is in some kind of, what happens then?
God forbid.
We need a bunch of wins, but we need an economy to continue to grow and boom, which obviously I've been saying for 4 months now. The charts show that we're about to explode. If we have a great economy going into it, plus we get some great evidence to really expose the criminals in the deep state, that's going to be a big difference in terms of public sentiment from an optic standpoint. But if the economy is on its way down, people will sour on the sour grapes, so to speak, version is how they'll say it.
Absolutely. You know what else? I'll tell you, folks, the culture is changing. I've been talking about it on the radio. The culture has changed. It's swung in Trump's direction. He probably swung. I firmly believe he helped swing it that way if he didn't do it himself. It's going to take a long time to turn it back the other way. So we're going to ride this momentum for a long time. My big fear is that a month before the midterms, they come up with some stupid blockbuster that they always go, no, none of them go anywhere. They always flop. Oh, Trump's got secret documents. He's going to sell nuclear secrets to Saudi Arabia, and he's going to kill some baby seals. It's all in the documents. They're going to try something like that. They're going to throw everything they can against the wall, and it's going to be beautiful. So don't eat all the popcorn tonight, but I would delve into it strongly if I were you.
Oh, skinny pop again.
Coming.
Oh, my God.
Hey, in the Rumble chat here, a prediction from Jethro TXK believes the first one will be James Comey. The first one to fall. You know what? That's a good pick.
That's a good pick. His fingertips to God's ears, because he's been a crook since Whitewater. This guy's been deep in the Clinton scam room for a long time.
Right. But in terms of somebody being, I see Jethro's the first one to point him out. So I'll ride that wave with you there, Jethro.
Good call.
I think Comey is a good first pick. I think he's probably the most nervous. So we'll see what happens with that. That's the end of hour one. Slick Rick is here. He's got the sports report. It's going to kick off hour number 2. We'll do some more news and other stuff with Kevin Downey Jr. and Paul Nolan as well. We just need you guys to hang with us through the break. We'll see you in the chats. Live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice. Stay there.
People are complaining about
The stock market kicking butt today.
Yes,
the trade deals with Japan and
stock market went crazy.
It's been a lot
like
of
5 and change, right? It went up 500 something points.
Yeah, I know it broke 45 for a stretch there. I didn't see, but that's there's a perfect example of all of these pieces aligning. Great, the big bad bill, whatever it is, build back better, whatever but that's liquidity into the market. When liquidity comes into the market's going to boom. And now, if we could just get the Fed to lower rates. Hey, New Jersey girl, what's up? You got me to stop talking. How you doing?
How you doing? Hey, Rick.
Anyway, but I love hearing people in the chat saying their 401k is doing great.
You know what? I think by November, the latest.
Tama S
exactly
in the YouTube chat says, remind Delgado about the package. We're going to be away for a few days. You know Tama S? TAMAS? In the YouTube chat.
What Cooper? We love you too.
I don't know what package.
Brazil. God is
Tama S. I'm from Ohio, and I want the Indians' name back. Well, that's something else. But Tama S. earlier said something about reminding you about a package. Tama S. Thanks, Rick Amorati. Tama S. Can you remind Delgado about a package? Question mark.
J-E.
We're going to be gone early August and can't watch you guys. Tama S. I don't know who that is. So maybe you could...
maybe she could be a little more...
Here's another great name in the YouTube chat. The guy's name is Beach.
A lot that we
can have. We need a little more direct messaging here. Mr. Delgado is not. It's not ringing a bell.
Yeah, it's not ringing a bell.
His name is Beach. Please, that's a funny name. All right, in the chat. 1, Bridget Macron is a man. 2, we're crazy for thinking she's a man.
I saw our buddy Matt Midori as I was leaving the event tonight as well.
Like
Remember the photographer from the Messenger Papers? Mm-hmm. I saw him. He says hello to everybody. We're going to get him on because he's big onto the polls. On the polls. Big D loves the polls.
Loves the poll.
Cooper Brazil, Slick. Or Slick, yeah. Slick, tell the boys I said hello. Cooper Brazil from Brazil.
I just gave him a shout out.
Okay. Well, he asked me to give you a shout out. So I'm just trying to do my housekeeping.
Look, there's no reason to argue.
Oh, I'm not arguing.
Yeah, amongst friends here.
Why you got to fight?
Friends. Friends like you. Who needs enemies? Come on, Paul Nolan. Let's go.
1, dude, 2.
Harry!
Harry, you playing the spoons back there? There it is. Okay.
Harry's busy
Holy
following up.
moly.
He had a big shoot here today.
Woo! Look at Fred looking at him like.
Live on Studio 6B, Real
got
America's
one job
Voice.
to do, man.
I know.
And Fran is such a pro. You know?
On a
It's like,
Wednesday
he's like
night.
a consummate pro.
Saddled with Harry on the highway on the wheels of steel.
Come on,
He's
Harry's the
running
best.
himself off the road.
He's so lovable.
Harry's the best.
This network, channel 219, Pluto TV 240, 1175, and Samsung TV Plus, also Roku TV. The Roku channel, Apple TV, Amazon Fire, Select TV 106. And of course, on all of the socials, we're in there. Paul just had a question for everybody, I guess, regarding the wife of Emmanuel Macron, the president of France.
So I call her Le Big Mike. Like,
Is that like the Big Mac?
Well, you know, like Pulp Fiction. What do they call a Big Mac?
Right.
You know, Le Big Mac. Le Big
you're saying-
Mac. That's classy.
La chick dingle.
Le Chick Dingle.
Yeah, so we'll discuss that. That's coming up.
statutory
We also, I also have a weird clip from Kamala that I don't know what she's talking about or what the hell's wrong with this woman, but she could be on heavy tranquilizers as well, much like Hillary. So we'll find out. We'll play that clip later. Let you guys have a look. And Kevin O'Leary thinks Colbert won't make it to his final show. Thinks he's going to be fired. We'll talk about that.
Wow.
But first, let's do some sports with Slick Rick. Slick Rick Sports brought to you by Mike Lindell's MyPillow. You're going to go to mypillow.com. Use our code LFS6B at checkout and save yourself some money on some great stuff from Mike Lindell and the people at mypillow.com. Slick, what do you got for us?
All right, Rick, thank you. Let's go right to the diamond. Major League Baseball, here we go. Back in full swing. Red Sox 6-5 over the Phillies down in Philly, top of the 7th there. We got the Yankees right now up in Toronto having a bit of a struggle. They dropped the first one last night. Now they're losing 5-4 in Toronto to the Blue Jays, bottom of the 6th there. Top of the 4th, we're all tied up at 4. Rays and White Sox. Athletics right now trailing the Rangers 1-0, middle of the 4th. These are all finals from earlier today. A lot of matinee games here on a Wednesday. Reds 5-0 over the Nationals. Thank you, Lord, the Reds won. Oh my God. They've been terrible since the All-Star break. Marlins 3-2 over the Padres. We got the Giants down the Braves 9-3. Boy, Giants have been playing good too. Pirates 6-1 over the Tigers. And the Mets in Citi Field, I did say City, 6-3 over the Angels. We got the Royals over the Cubs 8-4. Rockies blanked the Cards 6-0 in Colorado. Astros over the Diamondbacks 4-3. Brewers marinate the Mariners 10-2 there. Dodgers down the Twins 4-3. And the Guardians 3-2 over the Orioles. And that's it for tonight so far on baseball. I'll give you an update on some of the other scores. But sports is crazy, and football, we know it's training camp, and there was a serious injury earlier today for the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins' Baron Matos airlifted to hospital after practice injury. Dylan Gwynn of Breitbart. Obviously, everybody hit the camp. They flew in last weekend. A lot of the teams are on the field. I think all 32 at this point are practicing as of today. And the first day of Dolphins training camp turned into a scary scene as offensive lineman Baron Matos had to be removed by helicopter and flown to a medical center after suffering what is being called as an undisclosed injury. Matos is listed in stable condition. The team says that Matos was injured toward the end of practice session and was transported to the Ryder Trauma Center at Jackson Memorial Hospital. Matos has taken a unique path to the NFL, originally from the Dominican Republic. He began his collegiate career as a basketball player at New Mexico and South Florida. South Florida's got a good team, too. Before making the jump to football in 2022. The 6'7" former basketball player joined the NFL's International Player Pathway Program and worked out well enough at IMG Academy in Florida that some thought he might even get selected in the 2024 NFL Draft. However, Matos went undrafted and inked a deal with the Dolphins last year. Matos spent last season on the Dolphins practice squad. So, big guy here. Looks like a big tackle here, number 79. And, well, we pray for him. I got to tell you, being a parent, what a highlight. You have your son on an NFL team, right, Paul, with a jersey, being a professional player, and something like that happens. So, our thoughts and prayers go out to this young man. Anytime I see these kind of I don't want to say catastrophic because he's in stable condition, but when you see these injuries, really makes me stop and go, wow, the game is so much bigger than these fellas. And, you really, you got to be careful with this. And it's terrible. And I hope it's not one of those spinal cord injuries or anything like that. Yep. But again, I don't want to speculate. They haven't given much information. This is the first that I'm seeing. And obviously I was out partying all day, so I didn't get a lot of sports. But anyway,
well, of course.
That's a wrap in sports. Oh, I like a great story about a kid.
You should be dancing.
I should be dancing. You know it. That's a great song. And about a young man who got suspended for doing the old flip of the bat in a Little League game. I want to get Paul Nolan's take on that. Might have been a little hot doggery there, but I think they were a little too critical with the young man. But I'll have that clip coming up next.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yes.
All right. Well, that's sports brought to you by Slick Rick Sports, brought to you by Mike Lindell's MyPillow. Go to MyPillow.com. Use our code LFS6B at checkout, and you'll be happy that you did. And of course, Mike and the people at MyPillow definitely appreciate it. Paul Nolan is here with a story from across the pond, having to deal with as
made it into our
KDJ
backyard.
referenced it.
Made it into our backyard, did it not? They're coming across they're suing from across the pond.
Oh. They're attempting to. Take us in.
French President Emmanuel Macron and his wife, Bridget Macron on Wednesday filed a defamation lawsuit against the conservative podcast host Candace Owens after she claimed France's first lady was actually born a dude. The 22-count lawsuit filed in Delaware does not specify any damages or an amount, but comes after Owens reportedly claimed Bridget Macron was born a male, stole someone's identity, transitioned to a woman. The Macrons have strongly denied the accusations and demanded Owens retract the statements, which reportedly were denied. The couple said they decided to take legal action after Owens doubled down on the accusations, which claimed they were outlandish, defamatory, and far-fetched fictions. The comments were part of Owens' 8-part series on the couple. These claims were demonstrably false, and Owens knows that, and they knew they were false when she published them, they said in the lawsuit. Yet she published them anyway, and the reason is clear. It's not the pursuit of truth, but the pursuit of fame. So I'd like to get the audience's opinion, because I did a couple deep dives on this long before Owens woke up to it, and I thought it was just one of those funny, interesting stories that I didn't really care that much about.
Right.
I don't like the fact that governments constantly lie and they gaslight the daylights out of you. But I would love to know the audience's feelings on this, because there's a lot of
let me ask you this, Paul.
Evidence.
Where the hell are they going to try and sue Candace Owens? I mean, they're in a different country. Are they suing her in France?
They're suing her in Delaware, where the damages are the most dangerous. You could lose everything. So one of the comments I believe that we read today said something to the effect of, make sure she wears every one of her outfits to court, because if she gets sued and she loses, that's all she'll have left is the clothes on her back. But I don't believe that's going to be remotely the case.
Yeah, I don't think so either, because we've already seen 2 other women who made the same defamatory statements against French First Lady Bridget or Bernie Macron, saying that she was born a man and that they were cleared on an appeal. So this has already been tossed out of another court in France.
A foreign government is suing and attacking somebody's First Amendment rights here in America, and an American independent journalist, no less. To me, this is the epitome of lunacy. If you were 100% certain all these accusations have been going on for years, and the French press, we're talking about some of their most respected reporters have done such massive deep dives on this, and they won their cases. And they've been shut up, they've been stifled, intelligence agencies have beat them down, but they kept on standing up for themselves, for the truth. And, I would love KDJ's opinion.
Well, Chick Dingle, back to you. No. You know what? I I think if they can sue Candace Owens, why can't Trump sue everyone that called him an insurrectionist? Or, I don't know, maybe I can sue people who called me an insurrectionist. Why can't we do that? I don't think this goes anywhere.
Yeah, I don't think
I just don't think so. Because like you said, Paul, those two women in France, they got away with it.
Yeah.
No, they were fine here. We're not going to. But Candace Owens, because she leans right. That's what it is.
Yeah. Right. And she's not afraid to say anything. She's above, like, she don't care because what is she, number 3 on Spotify, number 2 on Rumble? She's got a huge audience at this point.
Big base.
And a huge amount of money. And I think her husband was rich. I don't think she has an F to give, to be honest. I don't know how to put it any other way. And when you look at the history, just if there's a problem, Bridget, just show us photos of your childhood. There's 2 pictures. One was clearly they apologized for. The one picture was her daughter re-cropped and made to look like a black and white.
Right.
And the other was a picture of the family with her supposedly sitting on the lap. But meanwhile, the evidence points that she was the boy in the picture. And then there's no other photos whatsoever of her. And then the allegations also continue that, and from her own daughter's mouth, that the original father was, died suddenly and was cremated in a private place. There's so many goofy things that have happened along the way. And I don't really care about the subject, to be honest, it's other than people get compromised and they lie and they gaslight the public, and it happens everywhere.
I just find it interesting that they have the audacity to think that they can sue an American for having their own freedom of speech, for having an opinion. I'm sorry, but that's how it works in this country. I know you don't like it over there in, basically
communist
France, where they try and come down. But even your own people, even your own judges have overturned, because these 2 women who were sued first, they were first found guilty and were told they had to pay like $1,500. Well, the judge, a judge on appeal said, no, you don't have to pay anything. We overturned it. So they were acquitted.
Yeah.
So how, and what kind of, do we think the Trump administration is going to let France come in here and sue an American citizen in our own courts?
No chance.
I don't think it's possible. But look at the precedent. How much did Alex Jones get sued for his opinion?
His career.
Billions.
You got sued for his career.
Billions. It was just a hit job. All right? It always is. Trump got fined for one of his trials, I forget. I think it was E. Jean Carroll. I don't know. $400 million. Roughly $450 million. Roughly the same thing that Boeing paid for 2 airplane crashes where they were found to be at felonious fault and over 300 people died. So it's the same amount.
Wow.
Trump got the same fine.
Wow.
The same fine as Boeing.
Yeah, it's just insane. But when you look at this story, and again, you reference the French court, the French already admit, you know what? It's okay to call her a guy. Because, look at that hair. She's about 20 years older. Turns out that was his teacher, I guess, in high school.
Yeah.
Right?
He was 14.
All this stuff. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's just stuff that has been talked about for years.
There's a compilation video I wanted to send in of her, all the time she sits, and she sits like a dude.
Yeah, she sits like a dude.
It's
because,
really funny.
Maybe there's something there. What do you call it there, Kev?
Chick dingle.
Yeah, there you go.
It sounds like a new thing at Chick-fil-A.
You know what's really sick?
Breakfast special.
I don't think I'm going to order that.
We live in a time. Are we done? I'll tell you when we come back.
Okay. We'll take a quick break. We come back. Kevin Downey Jr.'s got some stuff he wants to cover in the news as well.
Dude, one for dude.
One for dude, two for the female. Yes. All right. Take a quick break. We come back more. Live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice. Stay there.
Thank you, Harry.
God, I miss that crazy town with that bastard. I really do. I miss that crazy town. Oh, God. All right.
All right, we're getting there, folks. Harry came up with the WD-40. Thank you, Harry. Look at that. I think,
Harry.
Look.
It's better.
Better.
Definitely better.
Did Paul get his shirt?
I don't know what Damon did with them.
Oh, that shirt? Which one? The
Yeah.
one
I don't know
change
where
your
it went.
oil shirt? Or no, that was
No,
the other
zero-
shirt.
zero
Who got the
F.
change? Oh, that's Vin's shirt, the change your oil shirt, right? Yeah.
I don't know where the 0Fs went.
Oh, yeah. Where'd they go? Well,
I looked
everything
I looked in his office.
Everything got
and
moved
everything. It's
around,
not
right?
there.
Because of the they had a shoot earlier today, right? Everything got moved around. I got a different setup here, but it's okay. It looks good.
Harry did the set decoration tonight.
Hey, Harry, did you see my bottle of water? That's another inside joke.
Hey, Fran, are there any live reads?
Oh, see?
Because I didn't see them in my email.
Ah, you better check your box, Delgado. What's going on the YouTube? Quiet tonight. I don't see any super chats coming in. What's going on with these
I
folks?
got
here?
cuts. I got cuts. I got.
Come on, my friends.
I don't see
What's
it.
happening?
Let me
We got
refresh.
Jesus Perez in the chat. Cooper Brazil. Moon Pie. How you doing, Moon Pie?
Yeah,
What's
Fran, I don't
going
have 'em.
on?
They're not here.
Robert Chinchilla.
Dave's not here, man.
How you doing? Polecat. We love Polecat. Lindesh. Bill Moore. Lupe Rogers. Becky Snyder. I love Becky. Yes, Seth Sargent Arby. We love him as well.
Sarge.
The great state of Iowa. We love them too. Kathy Kirtley.
got 'em.
Rick, do you have any other clips that you want me to set up? Or
Les
stories?
Durham.
I have a handful
No
of
relation
stories
to
here.
Bull.
Yeah, I got that Kevin O'Leary.
Casey Sunshine. Adam Hoffman.
I didn't see Kevin O'Leary in the news today.
What'd I do?
It's up to you guys, though. Like the Columbia University
Lorraine
story.
Donato. Papa Nolan. 543. She's
Thank
up to
you, Lorraine.
543.
There they are.
Might be more than that now. Got a nice chat tonight going on in the YouTube.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Rock Lick Ranch, my man. I got you, buddy.
We got two.
The jackass from Bergen isn't in there. That's why it's going good.
John Lavoie, $2. Here you go, Slick.
Fran,
How nice is that?
I'm going to
huh?
do
On
just
demand,
one
$2.
here, and
Just
then I'll
like
do
that.
one in the
Just
next
like that,
break.
Paul. I'm going to
Thanks.
buy a soda. Thank you, John Lavoie. I appreciate that. That's awesome.
You got to split that sort of 5.
All right, sounds like the Blues.
It does.
You know what that means. Man, oh man, since President Trump was sworn in, his administration has made enormous progress at a breakneck pace, and they've been celebrating that this week as well, as we saw that yesterday. But don't forget, while they're moving mountains for the good of the nation, they can't always take your personal savings into account. That is up to you. And one of the best ways to look after your savings is through diversification, particularly with gold from our trusted friends at the Birch Gold Group. In the past 12 months, the value of gold has increased by 40%. Central banks continue to bolster the demand for gold by buying in record quantities. Why are they buying? Maybe it's a good idea. Global instability and tension is at its highest in decades. Birch Gold makes owning physical gold extremely easy. You can also easily convert an existing IRA or 401k into a tax-sheltered IRA in physical gold, or buy some to store in your home safe. All you got to do is text America to 989898, and Birch Gold's going to send you a free info kit on gold. There's no obligation whatsoever, only useful information with an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and tens of thousands of happy customers. Take control of your savings today and text the word America to 989898 and get your free Birch Gold info kit sent to you directly. Again, it's America to 989898 and see what Birch Gold can do for you and your family today. Anyhow, so we have been, Paul, speaking of gold, we have seen great numbers coming out of the Dow, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, things are
Good day
rocking.
today. Woo. This week has been rocking, is right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we broke 45,000 today for a stretch, and up 500 for the day. Some of the top stories in the Nasdaq was up 127 to break 21,000, and 45,010 for the Dow Jones. I mean, this is remember when the stock market went down a hair when the word tariff came out, and everyone was like, Trump's killing us all. We're all going to die.
They're still crying about it.
And here we are looking at this market that's just cruising right now.
Yeah, and then we saw the new deal with Japan, where the Japan trade deal that, let's face it, people were wondering.
The stock market went through the roof. Trump was talking about that today, too.
Yeah. Yep. So that deal pretty much came out today, and, President Trump secured it. They call him the closer. I heard, I think it was Bessent was talking about it. He's like, yeah, we talk with all these, and then we bring in the closer, and he comes in and he locks it down.
Yeah.
Like Mariano Rivera.
Yeah.
And the Yankees.
You can see him the way he closes even on TV. Like, what was that? The guy came in with the chip maker. He's like, he's going to give us,
remember that?
What about double that?
Yeah. He was shaking the guy.
You got it. You're right. He had him upside down.
The change was coming out. He had gold bars coming out of his pocket.
Right. It felt like me in Vegas when I had 13 cents left, and somehow the penny slot machine got me at the exit.
You were putting lint in the machine.
Yeah. So the agreement and investment agreement with Japan, and they said that was actually an interesting deal because Japan came with some extra stuff that they weren't thinking about, including investment. So the agreement reaffirms the shared commitment of both nations, the U.S.-Japan alliance, with $550 billion in new Japanese-USA investment, and enhance other American exports. There's going to remain a 15% tariff on Japan products, but the U.S. has more open to the market, and they eliminated the tariff on U.S. cars going to Japan, which is huge. Because, people in other countries, they like our cars because our cars are bigger. They're a little more cozy and comfortable as opposed to maybe the stricter, tighter German brands or the Japanese brands.
I'm not going to knock German engineering.
No, I'm not.
No, you can't. And those are sexy cars.
I'm just saying when you talk about say BMW? A German make, it's a very I've had a couple.
Yeah,
and they drive. It's almost race cars.
It's Autobahn ready.
Right. But when you step into say a Chevrolet, it's a little more relaxed, a little more made for relaxing.
I agree.
It's not as an aggressive feel as in terms of the seat.
Yep. They make some stylish vehicles. Ford makes some really hot cars. I mean,
so it's nice to have that access.
Yeah. Without doubt.
I've got the 2011 Subaru Man-Hater, and I've got the French Tickler seats. I highly recommend it.
Is that a Democrat car, those things?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. That's a lib car.
Oh, yeah. I get lesbians flirting with me.
I knew it.
Until they'll see the car, they'll be like, "Oh, here we go." Oh,
that's it.
Yeah, they see he doesn't have enough facial hair for them.
Exactly.
You know what I was going to say, boys? We're in a point in civilization where you could be sued for saying the Macron woman has a croissant sandwich between her legs.
Ham croissant.
You'd be sued for that, but you can be fired if you say Leah Thomas doesn't. That is insanity.
Right.
Yeah.
That's where we are. That's where we are.
That's a good point.
Bigger Mike.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of getting fired, I'm glad you brought that up because Shark Tank's Kevin O'Leary believes that Stephen Colbert will not make it to the end of his show. You know how they said that his show's going to run his last season?
Oh, yeah.
They're going to cancel it next spring. Well, Shark Tank's Kevin O'Leary says CBS should fire Colbert today. Because and he went on because he criticized his television host for his dumb response to the Late Show's cancellation. Basically, blaming the people that run CBS, not taking into account. Oh, that's right, you don't make us any money, dude. Here it is. Here is Kevin O'Leary talking about that right here. Cut number 10. Here it is from CNN. Cut 10. Kevin O'Leary. Check it out.
Let's talk about what actually happened. $46.2 million in losses on a franchise that's 40 years old. It's old, it's dead, and unfortunately for all of the category, people are geometrically not watching late-night TV anymore. Here's the problem for Colbert. His contract is a payout contract through a transaction where there's a change of control. Only a moron would tell the president to F off before he gets his check, okay? So what's going to happen now, in my opinion, is tomorrow CBS his boss, will fire him, and they will litigate for the next 5 years his payout.
Fire who? Stephen Colbert?
So now,
Get rid of this guy.
Oh, no.
So now you're saying they're really going to fire him for saying mean things about the president?
I want to go back to something.
He will never get his check.
How is that? How
What are
is
they
that
running
so,
cover for him?
Yeah. How is it so hard for them to understand that concept?
They're on CNN. How well? That's all you.
I at least argue intelligently against the point he made. If they also all got offended.
Yep.
Right.
Oh, they got offended. Exactly. They were running cover for him.
Wow.
Well, I don't know why.
Because they see
same
they
network.
see him as one of them.
Oh, well,
They don't see him as a different, oh, he's just an entertainer. No, they see him as one of them.
Late night
and if it
TV
can
is
happen to him,
Yeah.
they're like, that can happen to us. We better.
No, they want us to go to 11 o'clock. We went to 8 to 12. Boy, we really kill it.
Yeah.
Turns out,
Paul, I'm gonna make a nice
O'Leary
contract
says O'Leary says that if the CBS bosses don't want to whack him, he'll do it for them. He goes, I'd fire that guy in 4 seconds if I was running the show. So
4 seconds? Why take that long?
He's making himself available. So it's let's face it. When it comes to these people, and again, we're talking about the people in the cult, right? They believe that they are above it all.
Yep. And
They
they're victims.
believe it.
They do.
And for so long, they've had people blowing sunshine up their skirts, tell them, oh, no, you're wonderful. You're great. You're really good at this. Stephen Colbert, just pronounce Colbert, and people will think you're really smart. You could be really smart, but if you don't make any money because you're not funny, then you're not funny, and you're not really smart because you're not making money. See how it works?
Yeah, which is funny because when he was back in the day on Comedy Central, he would talk about Bohemian Grove and some interesting fringe stuff, and he's just fully sold out.
Exactly.
He's just a puppet.
They bought him. They bought him hook, line, and
Stinker.
And
exactly.
Dingler. Wait, Dangler.
Dingle. Chick dingle.
Dingle and Dingleberry.
Chicken dingle.
All right, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll do some more sports with Slick Rick. Do some more with Kevin Downey Jr. and Paul Nolan as well. We'll see you guys in the chats. Join us there, live from Studio 6B. Bring your dingles.
Grease the wheel.
Get your dingles, dingles. Get your dingles.
I thought he was.
No, I know. I'm just talking about on CNN when they bring him into these things.
Oh God!
I can't stand him. Oh man,
Patriot Steve from Attleboro goes, "Hey, your haircut looks great, and your chair needs oil." That's like the third person to mention it.
They want everything. You got a nice haircut. You're not combing your hair with a firecracker anymore. Now they complain about your chair.
It's never enough. All I do. I live for you people. I feel feels.
LI News Radio.
I gave myself my own haircut last week.
Did you?
Yeah, I just grabbed the buzzer. I grabbed the 5 clip on my buzzer. Then I grabbed the 4. And I did the 5 everywhere. Okay. And then I did the 4 on the sides. I'm like, I had no time to get to the barber. I missed an appointment. I love my barber. I've known him 30-something years. And I felt, I don't know, I was too...
Felt like you cheated on him?
No, I didn't feel like that, but I did have a little stretch there where they had a lighting problem in their in the old barbershop, and this side of the hair he wouldn't cut.
Wow.
So I started calling a little Ernie and his magic scissors.
Wow.
He would take like 7 hairs off, so I had to come back 2 weeks later for another $40.
Jeez.
I've used my trimmer for about 25 years now, and it gets faster every year.
Nice. Nice.
All right, I'll do.
We don't want to talk about my haircuts.
Hey, Fran, I'll do that second live read here.
Yeah, you guys do salons and stuff. You guys are fans. I don't even know what to say. You want me to do the alligator Alcatraz story? People are complaining about they're not toasting the sandwiches there.
Are you kidding me? You can't untoast a toast.
I mean, I can do it now.
Toast to toast. Nice.
Wow.
Complaints regarding Alligator Alcatraz are becoming increasingly ridiculous as some are upset that the ham sandwiches are not toasted.
I heard they complain that they have the temperature set at 72. They want it at 70.
I got to be honest, they should just put them all on vegan diets. That's real punishment.
Feed them nothing. There you go. That's a good start.
You'll get nothing like it.
Exactly. You'll get tea. Can I have some more porridge, sir?
You'll get a check dingle and you'll eat it. What?
Did you guys play the clip of Colbert saying "Go F yourself" to Trump?
Yep. Oh, I don't know if we got it. I saw it.
I didn't see it.
Oh, you know what that means. Sounds like the blues slick. Hey, a new administration in Washington, D.C. has brought about a lot of positive changes when it comes to fixing our broken healthcare system. The reality is, however, that there's only so much the government can do. And if you really want to make America healthy again, it all begins at home each and every day with each and every one of us. And that's where the Wellness Company comes in, and they can help. You see and hear from the Wellness Company doctors all the time here on Real America's Voice, and you know that the products are the gold standard for keeping you and your family healthy. The Wellness Company gives you the opportunity now to make sure that you're prepared for whatever happens with their series of prescription medical kits. Kits that contain an assortment of life-saving medications and guidebooks to assist in the proper use of their medications. Plus, the Wellness Company offers a variety of products from parasite cleanses to methylene blue to weight loss to so much more, and they can help you stay healthy and live longer and a more satisfying life. So make America healthy again and begin that process at home. Do your part and protect the health of you and your family by going to twc.health/voice today and order what you need to make sure that you and your family stay healthy and happy as well. That's twc.health/voice. Use the promo code VOICE to save 10% on your checkout. Again, the Wellness Company. Make sure you visit them at www.twc.health. And again, use our promo code VOICE on checkout and save yourself 10% from the Wellness Company. Now, speaking of wellness, we were just talking about how well Colbert seems to be handling his firing. Not very. And we've seen a bunch of other changes coming down the pike as well. I know, Paul, you have got some stuff, but Kevin Downey Jr., let's kick it to you. What have you seen that has made you feel unwell or makes you feel better now that you start seeing some of the things that are happening in this country?
You know, today was just the best of the best days so far. Every day, every minute was something different. But there's so much more going on that we're missing. I actually wrote an article today called Stories That the Left Doesn't Want You to See. You can read it at pjmedia.com. Paul sent us a video of Tucker Carlson. Were you going to bring that up?
No.
Did you see it?
The one with Vince sent that one, but I commented on it.
Okay. This is the one. Tucker Carlson's talking to a former congressman.
Yeah.
Yes.
From Pennsylvania, who I think it was
Kurt Weldon.
Kurt Weldon, yes.
Kurt Weldon, who's got a colossal set of fists.
Yes.
I don't want to say the wrong word on the app.
He questioned 9/11 years ago, and after 20 years in Congress, he suddenly lost to a guy who had all the money in the world, who didn't even live in the district. Then his daughter's house got raided. Remember, folks, when they hate you, they're going to go after your kids, just like they did to General Flynn. That's part of their playbook. He's cranky now. He's Mr. Cranky Pants. He's writing a book, and he says he knows where the bodies are buried, and he's going to name names in the book. But one of the fascinating things about it, remember that guy Soleimani that Trump vaporized?
Yes.
Yes.
Turns out the CIA had a deal with him.
That's right.
They said, hey, we want to hide bin Laden now that he's attacked our nation. And Soleimani said, all right, let's secretly put him in Iran. And he was in Iran for a long time. All the intel was coming back. He's in Iran. But when this congressman went to the CIA, they said, well, we can't confirm or deny that. What else you got? And now he's just had it. He's just absolutely had it. Kurt Weldon, if you don't subscribe to Tucker, I would spend the $7 just to watch this. I think it's $7 or $8 a month, whatever. But I subscribe because I think
the
Tucker's doing
full
important
interview
stuff.
is now on YouTube, if I recall correctly. But Kurt Weldon is a lucid, honorable, fearless man. This is a guy who stood up for every single fireman in his whole career. This is a guy who did not take any of this willy-nilly. This is not a goofy man. This is not some silly guy. You know, and that's how they wanted to label him. He's a patriot. He's fearless, and it's not easy to be the guy who has a voice against a subject that deeply disturbs people. And he's like, the fact that he was willing to go to bat for every single person, every first responder who perished that day as they ran up the stairs when everybody was running down. Those are the bravest. Those are the finest. They are the best of the best, and they deserve the truth.
And 80% of them are volunteers in the nation.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And I'd seen most of that interview with Weldon. And it's amazing some of the stuff he talks about. Because like you said, Paul, they went after his family. They went after him. He went from being, you know, he was about to be appointed some high-level position, right, and all of a sudden it just disappeared. Next day it was gone. Like Kaiser Sose, gone.
Just like that.
And then they went after his family. And then and he's been pretty much on the outside the last 20 years. But like you said, he's very lucid. This guy knows what he's talking about.
Without a doubt.
And he's mad.
Yeah. And he has no problem naming names. That's the best part about his discussion with Tucker. He goes into it. He doesn't hold back.
Yeah, he had receipts. He has been documenting everything, and it's just one of those things. To me, it's really worth watching. And Catherine Austin Fitz is another person who is just always bringing the receipts. She was a high-level official in the Bush administration. She's an incredible economist. She has a wealth of information, and she's another person, I believe, on that Tucker interview. She had a fantastic interview there. Another person who's labeled as crazy because she's outside the mainstream media, but has incredible recall and incredible source of documents, all at her fingertips. And she has a website, and she posts them all too. So I just think, if you really want to get to the truth of it, you got to really dig a little bit deeper than the mainstream media.
Yeah, definitely. Anything else there, Kevin?
Yeah. Someone asked me to clown slap some communists. Here comes another one. California decided to raise their fast food minimum wage up to $20. Now, everyone knows what's going to happen. When they said we're going to defund the police, we knew what was going to happen. Right. The murder rate would explode. Well, what happens here? You just lost 18,000 jobs. 18,000 fast food jobs gone. Who typically does those jobs? People who aren't rich. Young people and retired people. These jobs are gone. They're not coming back. Once again, tyranny comes disguised as virtue. We're going to get the people more money. Uh-oh, they just fired 18,000 people. Wow. This was always the goal. Yep. Always. Communism hates capitalism. And the more people they have on the dole, the more people they control. They love every time one of these places closes shop. We got to fire another 4 drivers or French fry workers, whatever. They're hitting the elderly. They're hitting the poor. And those are the ones that they are most likely to put on the dole and control them. And that's exactly what this is. They never intended for those people to make more money. It was all a big, remember, the oppression battle. You're oppressed, and those are the oppressors. Hey, they got the jobs, and they're robbing you. All right, well, now you don't have a job.
Right. So there, you showed them.
Yeah. You free market your way out of a job.
Great job.
Yeah. It's amazing, and people will vote for and we say this about liberals all the time. They will actually support things that do not support them, that are diametrically opposed to where they should be. They'll still get on board. It's
right.
like Trump supports air. Well, we're against air. Right. We can't have air.
Yep.
We should turn it off.
Yeah.
Let's try and cover up all. Let's put bags over our heads to show Trump that he's wrong and that we're right. That air is terrible for you.
Don't drink pee-pee. Wait,
Right.
Trump said don't drink pee-pee. Let's drink our pee-pee.
Right.
It's
amazing.
You think about it, look at Margaret Zanga, right? Zanga, the Planned Parenthood started in the hood. To kill you.
Oh, definitely.
To kill you.
Definitely.
Not white folk.
Definitely.
You guys are still voting for these wackos?
You know what I love? Pete Buttigieg said, well, we gotta rename some of these highways. They're named after racism. And I was like, well, how about doing away with Planned Parenthood? Nah, we're going to keep that one.
Yeah.
We got to get rid of the road, though.
Right. We need to sell baby parts in the black market.
Yeah.
How many times were they nailed with that?
Why the market got to be black, racist?
Yeah. Why's it got to be blacktop? Yo, man. Anyhow.
That's
All right,
right.
let's do some sports with Slick Rick.
Perfect segue. Here we go. I got a good one.
Brought to you by Mike Lindell's MyPillow. Go to mypillow.com. Use our code LFS6B at checkout. Slick, what do you got for us?
Well, this whole Commanders thing is taking on a life of its own with the stadium deal and the president back and forth. But D.C. mayor will back Commanders' new stadium, even if they change their name back to Redskins. So that's good news. This is Warner Todd Houston of Breitbart. Washington, D.C.'s Democrat mayor Muriel Shanana Bowser, I'm just kidding, is reportedly saying that she will not withdraw her support for a new stadium deal, even if the Washington Commanders revert to the team's original name and once again call themselves the Redskins. How nice would that be? WSA 9 reporter Eric, no relations to Roberta Flack, says on X that he asked Mayor Bowser if she will withdraw her support for the team if they return to their previous moniker, and she flatly replied, no. This would seem to be a bit of a turnaround from her previous claims that she would not support a stadium deal for any team named the Redskins in 2022. For instance, Bowser declared that it was a past time for the team to end its use of the name Redskins. And in 2023, she transitioned from mild interest to an enthusiastic pursuit of the team's return to RFK Stadium after the team changed its name. For his part, the president has been straightforward in his desire to see the Commanders return to being the Redskins. And in Truth Social post on Sunday, he even stated, I may put a restriction on them, and we've talked about this already. But however, regardless of Bowser's support, President Trump has multiple avenues to scuttle the RFK Stadium deal if he remains unhappy that the team retains its current name, the Commanders. What do you guys think about this? Do you think they're going to cave? You think they'll cave and call the name? You know, Magic Johnson's also an owner on the team as well, as my friend from the Sixers. Do you think they'll cave and they'll change the name?
Yes, if you're asking me, I don't think they'll change the name. But I do get a feeling Cleveland Indians will.
Really?
Yeah, for some reason I think the Indians will, but I don't think the Commanders will.
See, I think it's the other way around.
Oh, wow.
I feel like the Redskins are probably coming back.
And there's a stadium deal on the line here. There's not in Cleveland.
Yeah. I just feel like that has a lot of people behind it.
Yep.
It just seems like it. Even the Native Americans are behind it. They're like, yeah, we want that one back.
Well, I got to be honest with you. I'm not good at the PC thing because I don't know which is supposedly offensive. I'm not as sensitive as...
Basically, anything you think is cool, they think is offensive.
Basically, got that guy.
I thought Redskins was cool. But
that's what, you know...
I'll take that one step further. The communists need two things to succeed. They need an army of invaders coming over the border, which they got, and they need the American people to adhere to the rules of woke so that we don't complain as they're exterminating us. The fact that Trump is going after this, he's going after woke.
Yep.
You got to kill woke, is what he's doing. You got to throw out the invaders, which is what he's doing. God bless America. What a great day to be alive.
And the president, we know how the president loves sports. He really has a lot of passion for sports, as I do. In fact, when he got reelected, that was one of the highlights for me because I knew sports would come back. Here you got a guy that used to own the New Jersey Generals, who was into sports. Remember all the fights they used to have at Trump? I mean, that was the big Tyson, was it Michael, what's his name there, Spinks? That fight? I mean, he had all the big fights, all the big wrestling matches. So for me, it was good, too. Now he wants to make sports something that he can sit down and never have nausea over. You know, you can enjoy watching the Washington Redskins, watching the Cleveland Indians. How many fans were disrespected? Imagine you're a Cleveland Indian fan your whole life. They tell you, oh no, we're going to call them the Guardians.
I know.
What kind of crap is that? Named after some bridge or something that's over there, if I'm not mistaken, from what I recall. I do have that little leaguer suspended for state tournament game after bat flipping.
There's only a minute left.
Yeah, I'm going to get back to that. I'm going to get to that in the next segment if I get a chance.
I can't wait to see this. I haven't seen this yet. I can't wait to see
I think they went a little overboard. You know, the kid is what he's basically doing is he's imitating his idols. They flip the bat when they, so it's very interesting. We'll get to that, Rick.
All
Thanks.
right. Well, that's Slick Rick Sports brought to you by Mike Lindell's MyPillow. Go to mypillow.com. Use our code at checkout LFS6B. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get that one last sports story from Slick. I also have a story about here from Mike Lindell as well. Believe it or not. Columbia University story. Turns out they've reached a deal. They're going to have to pay some money. We'll talk about that and anything else you guys got left. Live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice. Stay there.
Slick and Lip.
back.
Ask the
KDJ,
question
you should
now.
ask that question.
All right.
So the chat people can hear it.
I thought they could hear it. So, Slick, I think where's the changing of the name stop? Because I think if we let them do this, they're gonna PC their way all the way down. So it's the Detroit diversity versus the Cleveland pronouns coming out of the field. I think it's all about control. Is it going to go that far?
Well, I think now we're going to see a changing reversed, okay, in some cases. And also, I reported on the Massapequa Chiefs, which they have really reached out to President Trump. They're lobbying him like all mad out. They want to be able to keep their name, the Chiefs, which is a joke when you have those Super Bowl champions of last year, not this year, because the Eagles won. We know that, unfortunately. But they were the world champions this year. They still have their name, and they're in the NFL. So I don't, to answer your question, Kevin, I think it's coming to an end because of who's in the leadership, the president. I think this crap is going to stop. But we got to hope that J.D. Vance gets in for another 12 years, and we don't have to deal with this crap until we're like 80. That's really what I'm hoping for. Because if you get a change in administration, they'll start this crap again. That's what I think.
Should we push it even farther? Here come the Cleveland Firewater drinkers, and they're on the field.
I don't know.
That really reminded me. You ever read the book Anthem by Ayn Rand? The lead character in that, his name was Equality 72521. And everybody's names were like these, like you're just saying, like it's almost, it was just a book that everyone should read, in my opinion. Great book. And everyone had these kind of names that are like equality, and there's like a bunch of digits that followed it. And, I think you're onto something there. I mean, I think they're still trying to follow the same rules. So
West Texas in the YouTube chat, he goes, I remember paying Cowboys and Commanders when I was a kid. I like that one, Wes.
That's a home run.
That's a home run.
Cowboys and Commanders.
I love it. Florida State Seminoles. Yeah, all right.
I played Cowboys and Indians Commando. But I was, never mind.
Oh, you played Cowboys. You played Cowboys and you were Commando. Yeah, I got your player.
You got in trouble for that one.
Yeah, no. Man, oh man.
I was a young man once.
Banana on your Cheerios.
Yeah, I'm so glad you didn't try to squeeze in that the baseball the kid thing.
I knew I couldn't get that.
Because we should just start with that. It's such
That's a monster.
Okay.
He said they clipped, not me, Rick.
So Jeff Bezos went on the sauce and got himself what looks to be she looks like a working girl, if you don't mind me.
Who's that? Oh, his wife?
His wife?
Lauren Sanchez. She looks like she looks like she was made in like a she kind of looks Barbie doll. It's like she looks a little.
Yeah, she had too much work done.
Yeah, look almost.
She's had more work done than me.
Live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice on a Wednesday night. Damon will be back tomorrow night on Thursday. But in the meantime, we've been holding down the fort. We got one more segment to go on a quick Wednesday night. Couple quick headlines. Let me see what you guys think of this. Supreme Court hands President Trump another win in a major purge. According to this came out today in an unsigned order. Supreme Court said that President Trump can fire.
I heard that.
3 Democratic members of the Consumer Product Safety Commission because they suck at their jobs. So there you go.
Wow, how original.
Trump is going to remove them, those 3 commissioners. He's been trying to do it since May. The case returned to the Supreme Court after they, of course, got one of their judges to say, no, you can't fire us because we're liberals. But then, of course, it turned around, and President Trump does have control over who works for him and who doesn't.
You're fired.
So there you have it.
The Department of Health has agreed to remove mercury from like thimerosal compounds from vaccines. So that's good.
God.
There's been a lot of studies showing that that's had some terrible links to mental problems, including autism and Asperger's and other things, including Alzheimer's for older people. So
big time.
Just figured I'd throw that one out there.
Yeah, and another court victory for our side, guys. This one is a little personal. Appeals court hands Mike Lindell win in fight over $5 million electoral fraud contest. Federal appeals court ruled in favor of the MyPillow CEO today in his bid to avoid paying the $5 million to a software developer who declared victory over Lindell. Well, guess what? I think he counted his chickens before they got their hatch there. The 3-judge 8th Circuit Court of Appeals ruled unanimously, and they found that the arbitration panel exceeded its power by changing the unambiguous contract terms, blah, blah, blah. So basically what it says here is you lose, Mike Lindell wins, go kick rocks. So
good for him.
Yeah, Lindell said in an interview, said this has been a setup. This is vindication. This opens a door that no man can shut. I'm so excited. I mean, this is the answer to a prayer, Mike Lindell told The Hill today. So there you have it.
Another example,
great result for our friend of the show, Mike Lindell.
We love Mike. True patriot.
What did we talk about earlier, right, KDJ? That it's not easy to be the guy who just continues to fight on the Hill when you know the truth. I mean, does anyone here honestly not believe 2020 was just a rigged job from jump on every level? They threw everything at it, like including ballot stuffing, including. I mean, just if someone said to you, "Oh, it's a blowout win, don't worry about it." Wait, they shut the machines off. We'll get the results in the morning, and then it's a loss. I mean, just on that alone, will you not be like, ah?
5 swing states at almost the same time said, "Well, we better stop counting.
Yeah,
nothing to see here. You guys are dumb. You're going to buy this."
Right. And if you remember, that's what threw Hillary off in 2016. Those same 5 swing states, they stuffed the daylights out of there. And that's why she kept on living on that whole, I won the popular vote because the incredible amount of fake ballots that came in that one, too. And let's not act like rigged elections are this new thing. It's been going on for a long time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, in every country, everywhere.
Yep.
No one can explain to me why all the big blue toilet towns have been run by Democrats from at least the 60s. Chicago, coming up on 100 years of nothing but Democrats. 1908 was the last time Milwaukee had a Republican. Detroit was 62. Baltimore and or Philly are roughly 67 for both of them. And they're still ghettos. But the Democrats magically keep winning.
Yeah. It's amazing how that happens. They just keep voting for the things that don't work.
I've only had two children murdered. I'll keep voting for these idiots.
Right.
It's got to get better soon.
And another headline here, Columbia University reaches a deal over funding with the Trump administration. That's right. In a statement, because Trump won again, the university said it will pay $200 million fine over 3 years to settle allegations that it failed to do enough to stop the harassment of Jewish students on campus. Under today's agreement, it says here, a vast majority of federal grants, which were terminated, will be reinstated, and Columbia's access to billions of dollars in current and future grants will be restored, but they're going to have to pay out for $200 million to the government. In March, Trump administration canceled those grants worth about $400 million. So another win for the Trump administration. And again, showing that the woke is going broke.
Yep. But here's the sick part. In America 2025, Trump had to threaten these people to punish the Jew-hating anti-Semites at their school because they weren't going to do it on their own. Terrorize all the Jews you want. We're on your side. They had to hold that money over them, and that's the only reason that they did that. And I think they're a bunch of vomits over there. They're just a bunch of pukes. You really had to have this happen to say, hey, we're not going to beat up on the Jewish kids anymore. That's sick.
Yeah.
Amazing. Hey, Slick, I know you had that one last story you wanted to get to.
Yeah.
Let's do that now. Extra Slick Rick Sports. Brought to you by Mike Lindell, the victorious Mike Lindell.
That's right. Good for Mike. We love Mike, obviously.
What do you got, Slick?
All right. Well, only in New Jersey could this crap happen, right? Little Leaguers suspended for state tournament game after bat flipping during epic home run. Haddonfield Little League has 2 more rounds to advance to Williamsport. This is Ryan Morick of Fox News. A New Jersey Little League team's chances of heading to Williamsport have taken a hit after one of their sluggers was suspended for a state tournament game due to a bat flip. Marco Rocco, a 12-year-old for Haddonfield Little League, launched a 2-run home run last Wednesday against Harrison Township Little League and flipped his bat into the air. Frank, could you roll cut 12? Just show what this little guy did here. Baseball, right? And you guys watch baseball. You watch these pros, how they are. Boom. Look at this. Dead center. Knocks it probably 300 feet, 250 maybe, 250. Flipped his bat in the air. Well, he got suspended. How do you like this one?
That's
the home.
Wait a sec. He got suspended for that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
He didn't throw the bat at a kid?
No. He just flipped it in the air.
And they all waited for a grand salami here? Is it 3 guys? Oh, there's 2 guys on base.
One guy.
The homer made it an 8-0 game in the 6th inning, which wound up being the final score. With the victory, Haddonfield had clinched the Section 4 title and moved on to the state championship. However, as he crossed home plate, Rocco was ejected to a safety concern. Rocco's father, Joe, told NewJersey.com. They wrote us a letter saying there's a rule that says there's no horseplay in Little League, and they consider bat flipping horseplay, Joe Rocco said. Little League International openly promotes bat flipping all over their social media accounts, their websites, and the broadcasts on TV for the Little League World Series. Forget about Little League World Series. I mean, they do it. The pros do it. I mean, these kids are emulating what their idols do, you know? A temporary restraint. Anyway, my son watches that and was emulating what he sees, like I just said. A temporary restraining order was filed on Tuesday in the Gloucester County Chancery Division in hopes of letting Rocco play. A decision will be made by 3 p.m. tomorrow. We'll have that tomorrow night on sports. But Little League International is not willing to compromise in any way, according to the father. And so we're going to see. This is probably their best play when he whacks one like that to center field. So really just craziness. And this is what's happened. You know, they overgovern, especially in New Jersey. When we look at a governor,
you know what it is? I mean, he was celebrating. Right?
Exactly.
That's all it was.
He was excited.
It was a celebration. As you saw, once he threw it, he looked to his teammates and kind of did that, like, yeah, we got it.
Right.
Could you imagine playing your own game without parents completely owning the fields? Could you imagine playing and you hit a homer like that for your team and you flip it back? Can you imagine the other team saying, sorry, you can't play anymore because you had too much fun?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't throw it at anybody. He didn't hurt anybody. Put it straight up in the air. I don't know. To me, I mean, a little hot doggery. I get it. But, you know, he was excited. He's having a good time.
But that's not horseplay.
Yeah, that's not horseplay.
That's celebration.
That's horse hockey.
Right. That's horse hockey.
Exactly.
I don't know, man. I'd like to see the parents get out of the way.
Well, you know, they got those parents. They're hovercrafts. But that's a wrap in sports. Back to you there, Mr. Delgado. Close it out.
We call those parents first jockers. The first jock they ever bought was for their kid. They never played a sport in their life.
I know a lot of guys like that. Oh, yeah.
Too funny. Anything else real quick? We got about 10 seconds.
No, man. Just thanks for everybody. Hit the like button on the way out.
KDJ's got plenty.
We might set a record tonight, guys. So thank you so much. You guys have a great audience, with the exception of that guy from Jersey. He's a jerk.
Kevin, anything?
You know, someone from the Philippines is watching, and I said,
awesome.
So now I'm trying
Not
to
boom
see
boom.
What's that?
Now bong bong, whatever his name was.
I'm just like, hey, if you text my show, it'd be great because I've never gotten a text to the show from the Philippines.
That's great.
Wow.
It's a new record at LI News.
Well, there you go. You can listen to Kevin Downey Jr. live on the radio tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. on linewsradio.com. But for now, thank you for watching. As always, we salute our military, active and retired, our first responders, EMTs, firefighters, police, guys working the border, the ICE agents, everybody working the front lines. We appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching at home, everybody in the chats, Fran, and even you, Harry, in the booth. Slick Rick, Harry, Paul Nolan, Kevin Downey Jr. We will see you tomorrow night for a Thursday night. Till then, have a great night live from Studio 6B. Peace.